I told you I was working hard, attending seminars, networking. I described the hotel, the boring conference rooms, the bland food. I painted a picture of a typical work trip, and you believed me. Because, why wouldn't you? I had never given you a reason to doubt me. But that was the first lie. There was no conference, there was no networking, no boring seminars. The trip was a pretense, a cover for something else. The pressure of being a husband, a father, a provider. A place where nobody knew me. I checked into a quiet guest house under a different name. It felt liberating at first, being anonymous. No responsibilities, no expectations. I spent my days hiking, reading, just being alone with my thoughts. It was a selfish act, I know that now, but at the time, it felt like survival. On the third day, I met someone. She worked at a local bookstore. We started talking about books, and it was easy. The conversation flowed naturally, without any of the weight or history that conversations with you all carried. We had dinner that night. It was innocent, or at least, that's what I told myself. We were just two strangers connecting. But a part of me knew I was crossing a line, stepping onto a path I shouldn't have been on. We spent the next few days together. We talked for hours about our dreams, our pasts. It felt like a different life, a world away from this house, from my real responsibilities. I wasn't your father or your husband. I was just me. And I liked the feeling. It was a dangerous, addictive kind of freedom. And she was right. I had built a fantasy on a foundation of deceit. We said terrible things to each other. The illusion was shattered. I left her standing in the street and drove away without looking back, filled with a sickening mix of relief and regret. When I came home, you all greeted me with hugs. You asked about my trip, and I told you the fabricated stories I had practiced on the drive back. It was the secret, eating away at me from the inside. I know this is a lot to take in, and I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. Maybe I never will, but I couldn't live with the lie anymore. It was killing me slowly, and it was suffocating this family. You deserved the truth, no matter how ugly it is. You deserved a husband and a father who was honest, and I failed you. I failed you all in the most profound way. The consequences of that week have rippled through the last 20 years. My distance, my anxiety, my overprotectiveness, it all stems from that one selfish act. I thought I was protecting you by keeping it a secret, but I was only protecting myself. I was a coward. I chose the easy path of silence over the difficult path of truth. And we have all paid the price for my cowardice. Now, the secret is out. It's here, in the air between us. It's real. I can't take back what I did. I can't erase the lies or the 20 years I spent hiding them. All I can do is stand before you now, stripped of all my deceptions, and tell you the truth. This is who I am. A flawed man who made a terrible mistake and was too weak to admit it for far too long. I don't know what happens now. I don't know if we can ever go back to the way things were. Maybe we can't. Maybe that family, the one I took for granted, was destroyed 20 years ago and we've just been living amongst the ruins. All I know is that I am done with lies. The silence is broken, and for the first time in a very long time, I can breathe.